Yes, y'all already know who it is. Y'all know where we at. It's William P. As always, thank y'all for tuning in to another wonderful, exciting, all love to my beautiful black woman out there. Episode of Life in the Couch podcast. Of course, I got my man to the right,
Mr. Gray,
and the videographer the most.
Beautiful Britt D.
And we got the guests of all guests. You know what I'm saying? You see her out there with the best. You know she pumping something in your chest.
Ooh.
The one and only. My favorite sister of the sisters. Give it up for Nas, y'all.
Woo, y'all know my cat bars? I ain't even know my
Oh, they call me Alcatraz out here.
That was crazy.
Golf clap? Yes, golf clap. They call me Alcatraz. That's why the bars are crazy.
Oh, okay. Oh, look, all right.
Alcatraz is not even a prison anymore, so it doesn't have any bars.
It's not?
No, it's a tourist site.
Well, it
Fuck.
does have bars still, but not as many as it did.
So the bars ain't as hard because it's gentrified.
So you don't want to be Alcatraz.
I don't want to be Alcatraz. I'm Rikers Island. No.
Rikers.
Rikers is still active.
Rikers
Yeah.
active.
Oh, boy. Yes. Oh, boy.
Rikers are still active. As always, make sure y'all hit that subscribe button that's right. It's justified, right middle. It's a red little thing that's underneath the video.
You don't ever be. That's what I was about to say. You'll never be on when the video plays.
I never am, but I'm trying to give it to
You
the
gonna get
description.
close.
Why don't you watch the video and then like
But no,
look
I
at
do
a
watch the
point?
video.
But I'm saying look at a point where, like on the video, where you can point in real life where you know it's gonna hit the
All
button.
right, so how?
No, it doesn't work right now because you don't know where the point is.
No, I do know what a
No,
I watched
it's
the
always
video.
in one spot.
The same one spot.
Okay, so then where's the
I found for the door. Right.
Go ahead.
All right,
Let's see
so
if he knows.
If y'all looking at me right now, so y'all see my hand. You see this hand? It's gonna do a little diagonal. Bing, 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 bing. But I'm gonna tilt it over right there. So that means where I pointed is right there where that subscribe button is. Y'all make sure y'all hit that so y'all can be subscribed. I'm right. Trust me, I'm right. I'm gonna zoom in for you.
Oh, okay.
Tilting in a little more. Right there.
Don't do that.
Right there.
Don't.
Hit that subscribe button. Okay.
Oh no.
For our podcast listeners that love to have their ears ringing while they're in traffic, make sure y'all subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, SoundCloud, and Spotify.
Yeah.
For all your listening pleasures, guys.
Ooh,
Hey,
options.
options, definitely options. Women love options. I know that. So that's we give y'all
Oh
all
my
options to
God.
listen and watch.
Oh,
For your
dude.
listening pleasures, guys. So, without no further ado, how's everybody feeling? Everybody feeling good?
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
feeling black and beautiful.
Black and blue. We
Hey,
know.
I like that.
Hey, you can sip to that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Grandma sip.
Right.
She had to get all of
Gary, I did not do all that.
Yeah,
It looks big. You know. Natural. Sorry. That. Keep going.
okay, all right.
Natural.
Without further ado, so this has been a wild week. Well, at the time we recorded, it's been a wild week. The Breonna Taylor case finally got his verdict. The Coon, the Attorney General Coon, what's his name? Daniel Cameron, basically gave us the verdict. As mostly 99.8% of black people figured what would happen. None of the officers were charged for the murder of Breonna Taylor, for the no-knock search that they had on the apartment for the wrong person. And the only charge that was brought was it wanton endangerment? Wanton endangerment for actually just shooting accidentally when the bullets went through the person into the house. They went to someone else's house. So,
That AG reminds me of Wayne Brady. I call him Wayne Shady.
Oh my God.
that what?
He reminds me of Wayne Brady, so I call him Wayne.
Oh,
Shady.
he does. He
Yeah,
does.
that's
He's
not
a
that-
fucking goofy coon.
He looks like Wayne Brady.
I don't know if y'all seen his speech when he gave the verdict and everything.
He don't have no lips. That's how you know you should trust him. A black man don't have no lips.
I didn't trust him once I seen him speaking at the Republican National Convention. I'm like, yeah, it's a wrap. And one thing about people like him, I hate when they say, well, I'm a black person, so I understand. It's like, no, bro, you do not, because
They say all
skin
folk
folk
ain't
ain't
kinfolk.
kinfolk. And he's definitely one of those motherfuckers. And this is the thing that really resonated with me when I seen this happen, is that we are not a part of the law because we're not looked at as humans to be treated justifiably by the law. And every time there's a black person that goes up and speaks in the manner he did, and about subjects dealing with people like Breonna Taylor, it really just really pisses me the fuck off. And one big thing that got me is that every time I see situations like this, it's that we continually have to just move forward. And the reason that bothers me moving forward is like we never really get a chance to actually grieve our losses and understand our losses and appreciate and even with life, this came to me like a couple of days ago. We never get to appreciate life as black people. Like, boom, when we're born, we're gonna die. I hope I don't hurt nobody, I don't fuck nobody up, but yes, we're gonna die. But death, for the most part, if we look on the obituary, it's a celebration of life. But as black people, our lives are taken in so many different ways and drastically taken from us that we don't get to enjoy it. That we always have to look for some justification. We have to look for protection from the law. We have to look for something to justify our lives being taken from us.
And you know what's funny about that? I'm gonna just piggyback there, just a quick point. That is actually on purpose. Like, it's on purpose that we don't get a chance to grieve. That was a tactic, like, back to the slave days, like, that you don't get a chance to mourn your loss, and you don't get a chance to gather your bearings around traumatic events, you know. And back in those days, it was as often as every day you saw a friend or a confidant being slaughtered, you know what I mean? And it was like, go back to work. It's literally the same thing today, just in a more, you know, advanced, you know, structured America. And that is to say that, well, more question to pose to you and our listeners is more so like, do you think that if that's on purpose, and that is one of those inherent things that has just been passed down to the people that oppress us, what is, we've combated most things that we've been faced with when it comes to years and years of racism and systemic racism. So what do we combat that with? Because that is something that is very, I wouldn't say that it's out of our control, but it's something that is, like you say, we're expected to move on. And right now, America is built in a way where we can't. Even if we said, I stop everything, I absolutely cannot go on any further. I am mourning this loss. This hurts me so much. You actually are literally signing your own death. At that point, you're digging your own grave, because America is built in a way that now more than ever, back in those days, it was, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm just going to run away. I'm going to run away from it all. I'm going to start a life. I'm going to get some resources in order to sell, and I'm going to be my own person, my own business. That was possible, you know, for the most part, you know, possible.
Right. Yes.
But today, that's not even possible, which is crazy, because we're said that we are afforded more opportunities today now more than ever, right? But if we wanted to just if we wanted to quit our job because we said, you know, I don't really like what's going on here. I'm facing this injustice every day. I get harassed every day. Black women, I get harassed by my boss every single day. I'm tired of this. They can't quit, I would say 80% of the time. And again, being generous.
No, and that's a good point. I'm glad you brought up black woman, because I did want to say, particularly dealing with this case as a black woman, the woman was an EMT. Right. So she was quote unquote one of them. One of them, to an extent. She goes and saves people. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that this outcome happened this way, it was like, and then one of the officers said they did the moral, ethical thing by the law for what they did. I don't know if you've seen one of the sergeants said that they did the moral and ethical correct thing.
Which is bullshit, first of all, because they claimed they didn't know what they were shooting at. So how did you make a moral, ethical decision if you had no clue what you were shooting at? Just simply the fact that something was shooting back at you, which, again, son of, and I have plenty of members in my family, when it comes to that, there is nothing in that handbook that says that. Nothing that says that if you're getting shot at, shoot back. Nothing, absolutely nothing. So for police officers to use that now as oh well, I feared that I was clearly in danger. You know what I mean? And that's the thing, is that now what they're doing is they're taking out one of the amendments to further push their narrative, because we have the right to bear arms. Do not.
And the person that shot
And
back
I
was a legal
licensed.
gun.
Right. And I'm licensed. You are entering into my home, which I did not hear an announcement. I am fully, legally able to fire the whole clip at you. And I'm not supposed to be charged. However, we live in America. And so that's why I just don't understand how we have gotten that disconnect between, we are blatantly looking at laws that we wrote and saying, shit, this doesn't work for us anymore. Okay, you know what? That doesn't work. You know what? He shot at us. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, you literally can smell the fear. And that's the thing, is that what we have to realize, and I think that we don't get as often as we need to, this is fear. This is not, we look at it like, oh, we can't get out of this. This is evil, oppression, da 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 da. I had to look at that, and I had to like really take a deep look and say, what am I looking at? When I look at someone else that's not in the positions that these people are in, just regular Joe Schmo on the street, and I'm talking to somebody like that, and they gave me these kind of retorts or had this type of personality, I'd be like, this is the lamest, goofiest, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I know, I can smell it on you. And yet somehow when it comes to politicians and people in power, we somehow then go, oh, I can't take this. They're just, but yet if we smelled that fear with somebody on the street, we act completely different. And we have to remember that we can flip that power, the power that we think that they have, where we're running in fear. No, that's why they are doing the things that they're doing. They're not doing this because they hate our skin so much. They don't even understand that.
Yeah.
That's the point. It's fear. I am so scared to lose my position that I simply have to do whatever I can to not lose it. And if that means that I shoot everything in sight, if that means that I lie for this person that's my coworker, if I saw him choke this man out and I just say, oh, well, he had a history of being combative. So what? This time he wasn't. And that's what I mean, is that we're not looking at those fine details and just laughing at these people when they come at us and say, you know, Donald Trump, he looks to incite fear with his speeches. He looks to do that. And it's like, we have to look at these people and laugh. We get so mad, and trust me, I'm guilty of it. I've been there. We get so mad on social media, we get so mad in places, and we have to laugh, because that is what, if you notice, whenever Donald Trump is laughed at, that's when he's the most ridiculous, he's the most mad, he's the most discombobulated, he makes mistakes when he's mad, when he's, oh my God, they are getting to me, do that. They don't care that you're preaching that you're gonna be in office and hit them with the book of laws. They laughing at that. You see what I'm saying? So with this case, I find it very disrespectful in all ways, shapes, and forms. And it's like, how do you fix your lips to say that this is what happened and that this is justified somehow and that this is the charge from this outcome, when in any other case, when someone dies, like literally, we have to understand, someone died, okay? This is for instance, Brandon, right? Did she not?
She killed somebody.
Kill somebody, you know, okay? She killed
People
somebody.
don't even remember that.
All right?
She killed
Who?
somebody.
She
Randy
was
killed
charged
somebody.
with manslaughter.
Yeah.
Manslaughter. Now, in that case, that is way, way more understanding than if I'm a motorist and I make a bad decision and I end up hurting someone and I'm charged with manslaughter. You look at it and you go, well, why? I mean, I get it. And that's the funny thing. That's what people did at that time. When she got charged, people was like, that's too much. Like, but then at the end of it, everybody was like, well, okay, I guess, you know, well, Brandy, you know, she got charged with that, I guess. And we just forgot about it. But then with this, it's like, you look at it like how much of it's a slap in the face that this person was able to literally say, well, I heard shots, so I shot back and I killed somebody. Knowing that this this instrument in my hand, once I do the action that literally this thing is for, it's meant to kill, meant to hurt. That is why it's supposed to be a last resort. And you're saying you fired multiple shots from this instrument, this tool, and yet somehow we looked at those two cases and we decided that this person who made the conscious decision had a no-knock warrant, all of these things, and shot those shots. We instead charged him for the ones that he missed, for the ones that hit a neighbor's house. Because God forbid, while he's shooting and killing black people, black women, we'll make sure we know that, God forbid that he possibly hurts someone else that's not black. God forbid that he hurts a house. God forbid that there's windows shattered from his gun. We'll give charges. The window in the house of the neighbors got more justice than Breonna Taylor. That's what we have to realize, is that it's not, and we are preaching this property versus statement, which is, yes, that is the case, but it's not even that. It's not even that, because it could have not been property. It could have been the air. He could have missed and hit absolutely nothing, bushes, and it probably would have still been the same exact outcome. And we gotta understand that it just doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's not property that we're worth less than. It's just them in general. We are just worth less. It's not equating to anything. Because if we continue to feel like there's something that I can reach where white people will be like, oh yeah, you're worth something now, we will forever be in a long-lasting circle of death. Because we're just going to be chasing that vision, and it's never going to come. If we continue to keep thinking that there's a way, that's respectability politics. Right. Oh, well, if he hadn't shot back, or if he hadn't shot at them and coming in the house, blah, 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 blah. No, fuck you.
And and like I said, like, as far as what you said, it was a black woman, like, and she was an EMT. Like, in my head, I'm like,
but that's what I mean by saying it doesn't matter.
And like, and after this, I noticed a lot of black women were like really pissed and distraught, and like, they was hot about it. You know what I'm saying? And I honestly do feel that black women really do get treated like trash.
Lowest thing on the total.
Like,
for sure.
And it's what bothers me is that they get treated by trash by those that copy them. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we know emulation is the sincerest form of flattery. Okay? And so when we look at that, that's, politicians will make all of these statements about rappers and their kids listen to them. You know what I mean? And it's that which incites the fear. It's, you are invading my life so much. Like when we tried so hard to keep you out and keep you separate and let you know that you were a dog, not a person. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And now it's like, they are so powerful that no matter what we did, took them from their country, still make it. Treating them like shit in this country, still making it. It just, and now where it's in our face, because it was in our face 400 years ago, and we got told that, okay, maybe that's too much, and now we've gone this time, and now it's like, they feel like it's open season again, but they know that there's still some repercussions. But the fact that they're going as far as they go lets you know, what you're saying is absolutely positively true when it comes to black women, and it's really, think about how much comes from black women in our society today, and how much politicians and I say politicians using a blanket term for people who are in power, in positions of power right now, that are actively and effectively trying to disenfranchise black people and black women especially. So when you have these people make all of these changes in order to set black women back more steps, and yet, like you said, every day they're doing that, but then Cardi B's song is in their campaign video. They'll do that, but then, when they do a picture, they're gonna hashtag something from Megan Thee Stallion. And that's the fear manifesting itself when they win. When I feel like I have a win, then my fear, I have to then dip my toe in the pool. Think about it. When everybody is scared to swim, what do? Dip their feet in. Okay? And it's the way why I have to feel. It doesn't matter if I'm scared, because I feel like I can conquer this if I'm somehow immersed in it. Not so much, but just enough for me to control it. And so if you are not all the way in the water, then I don't see how this can benefit me. I don't see how me jumping in this pool, all of a sudden I can swim. You see what I'm saying? That's where that fear comes from, where it's like, oh, I don't want to be a part of that. How dare I don't even want to think about me getting in the water and liking it.
No.
What? Yeah.
I'm just trying to organize all my thoughts and have something coming up as y'all speak.
Just
but,
saying,
like,
just you
Right.
gotta interrupt us.
Right. Yeah.
it's more than just people that want to be like us, like downplaying us. It's a comprehensive thing. It's from all sides. It's from everybody. It's from people that come from us. It's from people that say they want to be with us or have been with us. It's from people on the outside that think we look cool or how we live is cool and they want to copy it. It's from all angles. It's just from all angles. So I'll give an example, and this is a more professional example, not necessarily social. The fact that over the past, I'll say it was 5 years, I don't remember when Rachel Dolezal was exposed, but the fact that a woman can have infiltrated a fucking black organization and fooled all these people that she was a black woman, I know damn well it was black women like, well, oh shit.
There's something
It's
about
something
her.
I'm telling you, it was black women in there like, something ain't right about that. And I bet you, I guarantee you, it was a black male leader somewhere else that was like, no, you're just, no, it's not.
You're overreacting.
You know what I'm saying? Then what happened? Mama white as hell. Daddy black white as hell. And now she got a book deal. She was braiding hair. She was doing all kind of shit. Then she get a documentary or some shit. All kind of shit happened at the expense of black women. Black women. Cool, alright, whatever. We stop talking about her. Another one pop up? Y'all got fooled again? You telling me it wasn't no black woman in there telling y'all, ain't something right here. Then you find out black women that work for the organization said, hey, nigga, we was like, something ain't right here, and niggas was telling us we was tripping. So just from the fact that if we can't even, excuse me, but if we can't even come to you and tell you that we see somebody trying to be us and they ain't, or represent us, taking jobs from us, speaking engagements, a black woman speaking at a black woman speaking engagement, she the keynote speaker, this nigga not even black. And we trying to tell y'all, hey, I'm a black woman. I just want to let you know that's not a black woman. And you tell me now, whatever, cool. And then it come out that we right. And it happen every time it come out that we right about shit.
Because for every black woman at that convention that was like, nah, she don't feel right, it was probably 3 more telling her to shut up. And that's the crazy part. Because I said this on Twitter, because I was like, man, I just recently realized, like, black men are so close to being white men. Like, so close right now. And it's crazy because, like, I just today, this just happened. I was on Twitter. I had a mutual friend that I had just talked business with.
This nigga always get into Twitter beef.
You do believe it. I'll be like,
this
there you go
nigga.
again.
I be like, bro, this nigga done. He replies to every. I be like, bro,
I don't. That's the crazy part. I don't. If I reply to everything,
like in the
that I
beef he can give me,
bro.
I be like, man, I ignore fuck this person. Like,
But see, the thing is that for every, but me, you different though.
Yeah,
but for every one of those that I get, I've ignored 30.
okay.
Like dead ass. So I'm like, hey, shut the
I
fucking
be
baby
baby
up.
every day. I'm like, this nigga.
But yeah, so this guy had hit me up. Actually, he reached out to me, and he had short films and stuff that he was doing, and he basically was like, yo, looking for collaboration. I was like, definitely, let me know when you want to work. Shot him my number, everything. All of a sudden, I see, once the pandemic goes, I see that he every now and then, every 3 days, tweets out if you want to get on a song with Tory Lanez DM. Okay.
Wow.
Oh, that was I know
Right.
what you're talking about.
Yeah. So now this was happening all over the pandemic. So back in that time it was fine. As a matter of fact,
Quarantine
Tory
radio.
Lawrence was popular, so it was like everybody was on it. But then when this incident happened with Tory and Meg, it was like he was still, sending out those tweets. Now, I'm not dumb. I could tell that it was probably a scheduled tweet because it was the same tweet, same exact tweet, written the same exact way. It was usually tweeted around the same time. So I didn't think anything of it. I'm like, okay, he just hasn't updated everything, cool, whatever. But then it got to the point where I knew, you know what I'm saying? He's then now I see him like liking things about the story and the incident and stuff like that, but he's still tweeting. So I actually hit him up about this maybe like a month ago, maybe a little bit more. And I was like, hey, you might want to delete this. Like, and I said it in a very lighthearted way because I didn't know, maybe he hadn't, checked his app or whatever and taken it off, whatever. So he says this, and I hit him back with that, and it seemed as if he stopped it. A couple of days go by, he hadn't tweeted it, so I was like, oh, okay, cool, great. So yesterday, Tory drops the album, all right?
You gotta get
bullshit.
Fuck it.
All right. So he does this, and obviously I made a little statement about it. And this morning, I see this guy tweet out. Now this wasn't the same tweet. He says he modified it. I see Tory's album is doing numbers. If you want to get on a song with Tory Lanez, DM me. So then I quote tweeted that and I said, you can forget about working with me. Simple. I was just like, cool, we good. Now I know. And I tweeted it out because he had, I think at one point tweeted in support of Megan. And so I said, for you to show support for Megan on your timeline and then now do this, it's just odd. And so I would have usually been a private person and probably hit him up in the DMs, which is what I did the first time. And yet, with this is like, I see now that I have to do this in public. Because people like him, and that's what I meant by black men like that. And so, I'm getting ahead of myself. So when I did this, he got upset. He DMs me a bunch of obscenities, a bunch of threats, talking about some he a real nigga. He'll beat me up on my way to the store. All of this shit. By the way, pull the fuck up. My corner store is right here next to my house. So you're gonna have to have like a real quick foot. But anyways, when it comes down to right, and all because I said I didn't want to work with you, so I definitely tweeted that out because people need to know black men that are going as far as to
You're missing
as
the
far
point.
as to do this. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I didn't say nothing about him. I didn't say you a bitch. I didn't say nothing. I just simply said, hey, I don't want to work with you no more. That's it. Could have left it at that. And that's what I mean about like we gotta really like we said, all skin folk and kinfolk. Because if you're really looking out for black women, you will see. And it's not about being, that's what he said, he called me corny. Oh, you on corny time. Talking about Tory, it ain't really, all his supporters talking about some, it ain't even that bad. He ain't like, it ain't. But y'all don't understand how to be Megan, okay? And put Megan and substitute her for your little sister, your mom, your grandma, that girl that you love so much. Not your girlfriend, because y'all niggas, like that. But, the one that you actually really like. Imagine that she's in that spot. And imagine that she told you she was going to hang out with this nigga Tory Lanez, and then all of a sudden you see this news story about her getting shot in the foot and having her walk backwards on camera, bleeding from the feet that she's currently standing on because this fucking leprechaun shot her, and then you actually get mad at her. Do you think that would actually happen?
Let me just say something. Damn, I forgot what I was gonna say. First, I want to say, but when you, so I don't want you, when men see a story or any event that happened to a woman, I want you to work to get to a place where you don't have to relate it to someone you're related to.
I want to do that too, but at this point, they don't get nothing else.
See, no, I don't.
Okay, but wait, I want to finish what I was saying.
I was making sure. I just didn't want to let people know I ain't saying that you gotta relate it to somebody.
Yeah, I'm not saying that's what they're saying. But what I'm saying is that first, I want men to get to a point where they don't have to, relate stories about women to women that they know just off the fact that it's a human and this happened to them.
Just be a human
Yeah.
feeling things. Okay, I get what you're saying. Fact.
Agreed.
Secondly, The same way you said when you pointed out the shit he was doing and he didn't respond, you thought it was cool, whatever. But then when you told him you ain't gonna fuck with him because he was supporting Tory or looked like he was supporting Tory, and then that's when he came at you. That's the same way y'all gotta realize that men have to realize that that's how y'all look to us with y'all's homies. Like if like we can explain something to y'all, even like Megan, you can be like, you know what, I agree with Megan, blah blah blah, this happened, I agree with you, yeah, protect black women. But then if it's somebody actually close to you, an actual associate, be like, yeah, you know your homie be on some shit like this, blah blah blah, this what happened, this what be doing. And it's like I never heard, I never seen, no, he never did anything around me, blah 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 blah. But no, but I'm telling you, why do you, and you know me closer than you know Megan Thee Stallion? So why, if I come and tell you this and say this to you, you know what I'm saying, why is there so much pushback just because this is a nigga you know? Like, your nigga can be doing shit you don't know about.
Right, and see, and that's the thing, is that like with somebody like him, especially looking for the come up, you know what I'm saying, he's looking to promote Tory so that Tory can then promote him.
Oh yeah, wait, I'm sorry, I had one more point I wanted to finish. Based off, so the aggression that he gave you, also is like, that's how when y'all give us aggression for pointing out some shit y'all homies did, that's how it looked to us. The same way you was like, oh, he got aggressive because I pointed out this bullshit he doing. The bullshit I see him doing, and I pointed out he got aggressive to us. That's how I feel to us. If we come to you telling you, point out, hey, this nigga doing blah 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 blah, and you come to us with aggression, or why, or you see your homie coming to us with that aggression, or whatever, why blah 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 blah. It's like, maybe just stop and think about it. Like, don't just be like, let she lying, or I ain't never seen that. Don't be dismissive of it, because when it's you in the situation and it's something outside of a gender-based thing, you notice that aggression looks funny. Right. You notice that the reaction looks funny.
Right. I think honestly, it's and I don't want to go off topic. It's just a man thing. It's just the fact that through history and imagery and everything, is man. It's like, just, you know what I'm saying?
I would say call it for what it is. It's not, because I think that makes it sound more like a brotherhood, when really it was more like we are oppressing other people, so we have to look out for ourselves because we're men. Like, it wasn't like a let's band together. And
No.
It's not.
That's not
very, on a very evil.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying it's a brotherhood.
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
It's, and again, okay, and I hate saying things like this because it lumps black with white, and that's a whole nother separation.
Males,
yes, and so that's a whole nother separation. But
that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know if it's really separate.
And that's why you're wrong.
Yeah.
I guess but
which is sad.
But to an extent it is. But in totality, with men and the way with imagery and the way history has made it, where we are the alpha. And the thing is that the alpha mindset has been treated so badly. We've used that alpha mindset so badly to harm our black women and not help them, for the most part, in my opinion. Now going with the separation of black and white people, where there's things as human beings we're gonna do. We're gonna mess up as human beings. We're cheat, lie, mess. We're gonna do these things because we're not knowing of what to come. We're learning. So we're gonna do actions that somehow, some way will harm or hurt the person in some fashion, but it's the ability to communicate and understand the said action. To where, like you said, you go to your homeboy, you like, hey, your homeboy's doing something wrong. Now, he's doing something wrong. And you're like, I just wanna let you know this. You get what I'm saying? So there's an action being done that is wrong. But if that man decides not to be proactive as far as rectifying the situation and being reasonable of understanding as not just man and woman, but that's not a right thing to do to this person, you know what I'm saying? Then that's when the issue, that's the issue to the most part to me, is where we are not we look at every human mistake as a negative instead of understanding the said negative. Like, we expect human beings to be perfect. We expect each other to do perfect things, and we don't. But because through history, there's a scene of perfectness. You know what I'm saying? Like Instagram. Like, everybody looks on it, it's like, wow, this, and it's like fake shit. You know what I'm saying? And that we don't accept our human flaws. and because of what white people have done as far as showing what is the correct thing, the perfected thing, the best thing, things to do, when human actions occur of mistakes and things like that, we react very, very strongly in a way where, like, as a man, that ain't it, you know what I'm saying? No, he ain't gonna do nothing like that. It's like you said, it should be like, no, he probably could. Let me talk. Let me figure out A, B, C, D, and stuff like that. So, for the most part, it's, what you say?
I was just gonna say, I feel like it should just be personal trauma that they're dealing with. I don't think it's should be just a culture thing, or it's just a man thing, because women do it as well. Because of how I was talked to, I used to be very aggressive. I'm not that way anymore. So what you're talking about, I feel, is not focused just on men.
I was actually going to bring it up.
Oh no, I was just speaking it. It is, but it's like you can't. Like, everything you can say is a totality, but I'm just speaking in detail with that one second. Because everything I can say can go to the.
I think the difference. I think that to both of y'all.
But I just wanted to stick to with your statement as far as with me. But no, you are correct though. I just didn't want to go because I did want to get into with this Tory and Meg thing because I don't fuck with Buddy no more like that. Once Meg said that he shot him. He shot her. Ugh, that was a tongue twister. He ain't spoken nothing like that. And then when he decides to speak, he drops an album dissing everybody in the world, then saying, "Oh, I want you back," and that her team is lying and this and that. I'm like,
typical abusive behavior.
Wait, so
manipulator.
So they were together.
Manipulator.
I'm not listening.
So it wasn't like word together.
I haven't listened either.
I haven't. I'll just with each other.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I follow Shade Room. So I just and they put everything. I'm not one of them people. They do put up a lot of bullshit, but they do put up other shit. I'm a person.
I was following them. I really just recently unfollowed them only because to protect like my mental space.
Yeah, no, and I totally
like
get it.
I found myself like wanting to like comment on almost everything.
I totally
that
get it.
posting.
People be like, "Oh, why do you listen?"
I'm like, I was just like, you know what? I need to just take that out.
I'm a balanced person. You gotta understand. You gotta see that bullshit.
No. I got plenty of other bullshit.
But no. So like, yeah, I just seen the snippets of it and like.
Is it a full album or one song?
It's a full album. It's like 17.
I thought it was a song too. I posted last night. I thought it was a
The
song.
man for like all the snippets I heard, he went at Kalani, JoJo, man went at J.R. Smith. I said, what did J.R. Smith have to do with it?
Like not only attack the victim, but anybody that's in support of her. You a clown.
But that's how wrong. But that's how you can tell he's wrong.
And see, and as men, like I really like, dude, we fuck up. You gon' fuck. Everybody's going to fuck up. And see, this is the thing, and this is and again, it goes to everybody. But let me go back to with black people, and this is my 8-ball theory. When it comes with us, our fuck ups are so magnified because we have to not fuck up in life because we only get one chance in life for the most part from everybody. We can't do mistakes. We can't. Oh, you're in the TV. You can't do this. Oh, you're this. You can't do that. You know what I'm saying? And so, and it trickles down to so many people where it's like, dude. Again, I don't know why the fuck you shot her. I think he did.
I was about to say, I don't know how that correlates.
No.
I don't know how that correlates
But the
with
reason
what she's saying though, because she's basically saying when we tell you about these guys that are problematic, stop having the defensive standpoint at first.
No, I'm saying him saying he didn't do it because he said he did that. That's a whole nother story.
I know. I'm just saying
we're going back to her.
You said this in response to her. You started talking, and this is what you ended up at. That's all I'm saying.
No. I'm talking a whole something different.
That's what you got to make sure.
Yeah.
I'm talking about something different. No. I'm talking about Tory. Like, dude, you fucked up. Just say you fucked up. Don't come with no Don't come with no bullshit. Don't try to come in everybody else that's defending the person you fucked up when you did some dumbass shit. Like, and then you do it damn near months later. If you really a real man, if you really did, if the situation wasn't that fucking serious, you would have came out. You've been like, hey, this is what happened. This is what a fucking real man fucking does.
Yo, she lying. This is what actually happened.
Album and then try to come at everybody about because they take you off the album and stuff like that.
I think the most bitch ass move I've ever seen is the fact that you do an album.
But yeah, no, I wasn't. It was all good.
You know what I'm saying? Like
So disrespectful.
The fact that you took this whole thing
right after this
whole
Taylor
silence and released an album the day after one of the most worst injustices we've seen this year, and to a black woman, and then you release an album, and it goes beyond insensitive. A lot of people are talking about his team and lack thereof, and it goes beyond that, and that's what I mean when I was saying when with black men we have to understand that like the things that we hold as tradition are not our traditions. Most of the shit, most of the views that we have of household and how we treat our women and all that kind of shit, that did not come from us, okay? And so all of this stuff, people defending Tory or like people saying like, oh, well, it's clear she lying. How is it clear she's lying? Because he released a song? Because my thing is if the situation was flipped, motherfuckers would be at Megan's head.
Right.
At Meg, I mean, she would probably work again.
Let me tell you something.
Megan ended up shooting Tory Lanez in the foot, right? And then went silent. She would go. Kalani, and I hate to bring situations like this up, but Kalani barely recovered from her suicide attempt. And that's something that has nothing to do with anybody else, for the most part. People said that she did it because of the whole fallout with her, quote unquote, maybe cheating on Kyrie. So when it comes to that, you look at those kind of situations and go, this is how this woman was treated for simply saying, I have feelings. You feel me? Like, this is, and I'm not even gonna lie, at that time, I was one of those people like, what is going on? Like, towards her, I was. And that's what I look at, and I'm looking at it like, how did we get, in that span of time, from then to now, how did we get so bad to where a black woman shows evidence? I was wrong. I literally was shot. Like, I don't understand. Because my thing is, people were really trying to justify, like, what happened in the car for this nigga to shoot her in the foot. I'm like,
Same
what?
thing they did with Breonna and Chris Brown.
There is nothing. Right. Oh, well, she hit him. So the fuck what? So what?
And girls defended too.
Oh, yeah.
Well, if you touch a man, then
more girls defended than anybody.
Yes.
And that's the thing is that what I said earlier today was I looked at the what do you call it? William from Girlfriends, this recent resurgence of Girlfriends
Hey,
on
I'm
Instagram.
sorry, and I didn't know how funny he was, man. Like, I'm watching this and he's fucking hilarious. He was funny as hell.
So, you know, I don't know if you know, but like literally all over Twitter, all over Instagram, it's like memes about him being ugly and like women like not knowing why he was on the show, he's not attractive, he don't
He was the perfect person.
So like
perfect.
I look at that and I say, there's people who are willing to, this man playing a character. Like, it ain't him. He playing a character. And there are women who will tweet out 240 characters telling him, this actor, that the character he played was so ugly and so worthless. And then in the same breath, try to figure out how to defend Chris Brown or Tory Lanez. And that's where I say, it has to be ingrained. It's not, oh, they are just different people. No. This is years and years and years of like DNA reform.
It goes to a point about what is perfect, what is
right.
the perfect
I'm taking years, like literally, like we were experiments for years to white people. People owned us. Think about what you own. What do you do to things you own? How have you treated the things that you own, that you use every day, that are not things that you value, but things that are resources for you? I mean, workhorse type shit. How do you treat those things? Think about that. And think about that's how we were, my bad. Sorry.
It was much needed. I felt it was needed.
You know what I'm saying? And think about how that's how it's viewed. And just, it's just a part. It's just, this is just something that just is supposed to work. And I don't understand how you can look at that history and have all the tools. And again, I could understand if this was hundreds of years ago. I could understand if we were still in the slave days. It's the 20s. We ain't got no cell phones. You got Google. You got all these kind of things at your fingertips to let you know that this is not the way to go. And yet,
man, feeling comfortable.
It's right. It's that's the thing. It's what they did is what gangs used, you know, after it was changed from community, you know, protection and outreach, and it was more so for bad. That's what those type of organizations use, because again, I'm so fearful. I don't have anything to tell you that could really get you on my side. I don't. You know, so I have to simply just tell you that you're not a human. I have to simply just beat it in your head that you are less than me somehow.
Can I make this point?
Just say it.
I understand. I'm
Don't
trying
wait.
to find, and you know, I'm
Just
gonna
say
put
it.
my flow.
Just talk. You gotta just
You
talk.
gotta just get
You
it.
know,
Well,
just say it.
what I want to say.
Double dip.
No,
Brittany does it good. She just talks. She don't even wait for
I don't know.
me.
She just did a boo.
That's when you know Brittany about the time when she goes,
But I want to say, you know what? As much of a fucking clown as Tory Lanez is, there's a reason he dropped that album and put what he put on that album and dropped it.
I mean, he's
There's
an
a reason
incel.
why.
He's an incel. That's the reason.
No, the reason why is because motherfuckers gonna do what? Push that shit to #1 on Apple Music.
Oh,
in
of
Well,
course.
well, we know that's the
Of
number
course.
one agenda.
Of course.
But to me, again, people's reactions to things are a reflection of the generation at large. So people
Yep.
don't give a fuck if supporting this person tells this person I still have support. Tells this person, oh, I can shoot a motherfucker in the foot, not say shit about it, drop music, and people still gonna give me money for it. People still gonna pay me.
Right.
As long as the motherfucker know you still gonna support them, they gonna do whatever. It don't matter what we say when they do it. Oh, that's some clown shit. Oh, he a fuck ass nigga, blah, blah, blah. Ain't nobody stopped him from dropping that
I don't
shit.
think- I
Ain't
don't-
nobody got on his head about the shit. The rappers, they got everything to say. Gayle King said some shit about R. Kelly. Niggas was on her head. She was
Right.
every bitch in the book. She
No,
was her
Kobe.
mama age.
It was Kobe.
No.
Oh, well, that makes fucked up. But,
Oh yeah,
that was
Kobe. It was Kobe.
It was
oh,
Kobe.
yeah, no, I don't fuck with that. But my point is, when they think
No,
see
it was
something
taken out of
is-
context. She's fine. The interview was fine.
But when motherfuckers feel like some shit is just egregious
Yep.
and disrespectful,
Mhm.
they gonna go at you immediately in public everywhere.
Yep.
Oh yeah, y'all whispering y'all don't fuck with Tory Lanez, but y'all can't say shit. You can't send a tweet. You can't be like, oh no, cuz fucked up. You can't be like, oh no, what the
Right.
You can't do none of that shit.
Well, also, what I see has been happening lately is also Megan's image being used to devalue her. So what niggas is saying, most of the rappers who you would think, oh, would be speaking out, most of those niggas is like, oh well, you know, Meg, you know, that's the type of chick she is. You know, she want to live that Houston, that life, and da 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 da.
Yeah,
And it's like,
you gonna fuck with a man.
like I'm like,
Wait,
I just.
when did Tory Lanez become that type of nigga? Unless I'm missing.
He ain't. That's why
No,
we're seeing
Unless I
evidence.
don't know.
We're seeing evidence
I
that
will
he isn't.
say he been in some altercations before, cause I remember that video came out with him and Travis Scott. I ain't saying he really did nothing crazy, but it was just like on some shit. Like he been on that.
Okay.
He got short. He got short man syndrome. That don't mean shit.
I'm not
Just 'cause
saying
he acting
about
yelling
that
at people don't
life.
mean a
Yeah, I
damn
ain't saying
thing.
about that life. I'm saying
He just
he
hanging short,
definitely exhibited symptoms of Napoleon complex. Is what I'm saying.
Cause like I just when he was like, oh, I got, when everybody was tweeting about it and like posting, oh, he's he's live on his whatever at 9 o'clock, and I'm like, somebody said he gonna drop an album, and in my head I said, no, bro, it's no way this motherfucker can really drop
I didn't
an
believe it either.
And that's
his-
not for support. That's not.
I thought it was just gonna be a song.
Yeah,
I honestly
If
thought it
anything,
was
a
gonna be
song.
I
Yeah,
I thought it was
so
gonna be
too,
a
but
song.
that audacity.
And
Apparently-
even with the song, I was like, no,
Apparently, the fucking album got love songs to her on it.
Yes,
Or
no,
some
yes,
shit.
it's a song on there. Like, I'm telling you, I was,
Abuser tactics.
it's a
people.
song on there about the relationship they had with each other. He apologizing to her, saying he wants her back. There's a song where he, again, like I said, he was coming at
Biggest
Kalani.
manipulator if I've ever
Like,
seen.
and it's a full, like, I think it's like 17 songs on the album. And I said, wow, this motherfucker, and this is where it's like, and this is like everybody know me. I'm a black woman to the heart. Like, as no
Everybody
dis-
doesn't know you.
Oh, then apparently that he's like praising Kylie Jenner over her or something. Allegedly.
I didn't hear that part.
Well, they were at the house the night before. They were all three together.
Oh, and where the incident occurred?
I don't know where
Where
the
they said
incident.
they were left from. Okay.
Because the thing is, he named one of the tracks on the street where the incident occurred. Where I think it's Solar
Wow.
Drive or something like that. Yeah, it's like Solar Drive at night or something like
Like
that.
this nigga's really disrespectful.
But again, it's
Like she got shot though.
and that's
like
my
you're.
whole point. It's like, bro, you shot her. Because this is my
But
thing.
even if he did not shoot her, the fact that you're bringing up this trauma again to make her relive this moment,
Because this is my
Right.
thing.
that's just surface level.
My thing is if you
I mean,
didn't
that's
do
manipulator
it,
101.
Yeah.
if you
exactly.
didn't do it,
101.
don't come out with this whole album. Don't come out with this extra stuff where it's
You
like
like
I'm
O.J.
sentiment.
Simpson.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Because in my opinion, in my humble opinion, and when it comes to personal stuff where it's like, especially someone I care about, I respect, I go personal. It's like, I'm not finna come out, again, I'm not in the music industry, so I'll probably, if I was, my mind might be different, but I don't think so. I'm just a stubborn motherfucker. But like, when it comes to like personal, like, I come to that person and talk to them about a situation where I do some fucked up shit and shoot somebody. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, if I shoot somebody, I'm probably gonna lose my life if I don't shoot you. Like it's like my family is, it's like hog tie somewhere gonna get dropped in some nuclear waste or some shit if I don't shoot you. You get what I'm saying? But if you cause harm to someone like that, I personally feel like you rectify the situation with this person in person. You know what I'm saying? You talk to this person and let them know how you feel about this situation. You know what I'm saying? And then now that situation is rectified. Then if you want to go public and you feel comfortable, then you come public and you talk about it. I just like, and again, it's like, and I get it, it's the business, like, but sometimes it's not business, man. When it comes, if you can really sit here and go on a fucking song and talk about how much you care about this person and you like them, and you shot them, and you can't even go to them and recognize.
I just think about rather than like literally release a statement that like would have taken him 30 minutes to write with his team. This man really sat down and was like,
But does he say anywhere
hey,
in
man,
the
I really
project
loved you.
that he shot it?
No, he said that's not the story. He said
Yeah.
that's a different story. That's not what
So
happened.
how she get
But
shot?
guys are trained to say that they're guilty, like always. Like unless they get a great plea deal or something, you're forever guilty. So he didn't want to incriminate himself.
No, I think the
that.
reason why
I
he
get
didn't
that.
say anything simply was because he knew he was fucked. I feel like
I
the
agree.
fact that his team didn't even release a statement, and you know he has PR. A lot of people's like, oh, I don't even think he has to come on. Tory fucking owns his PR. He had 1 million viewers on that damn. If he didn't have PR before this pandemic, he had it at the start.
Exactly.
Okay, so you're dumb if you think he did. So if his team allowed
nothing else,
him
he
not
had a
to
lawyer.
talk,
If nothing else, he
if
had
his
a
team
lawyer.
allowed him not to talk, actually, I would say opposite.
But you know he
Usually
just became
usually
independent.
people will retain PR before they'll retain a lawyer. They'll get a lawyer when they need it, but they'll have PR around the clock. So I feel like somebody like him, you had a team that allowed you not to talk for 3 months, damn near. Like how long has it been? It's like been 2 months.
That was in July. We're almost
Right.
in October.
That's what I'm saying. Damn near 3 months. And you, like, and that's what I'm saying. I just don't know. It's not, he literally, it wasn't, this is, I'm making business moves. He dead ass had this incident. He clearly was in love with this chick. I don't even want to call her this chick. She was in love with
They
him.
had a good situation.
I don't even want to say they had a good
Why y'all-
situation
why y'all
because I
saying
feel
they was in love?
no,
I didn't say they was in love.
I
didn't say.
he
I
was
said they
in love.
had-
That's why
I said they enjoyed
corrected
their
him.
situation.
No, I'm not even gonna say that
okay.
because I don't even want to put
No,
it on
because the
Meg
thing is,
that
it's
she
in the
enjoyed
dope.
it, because nothing about Meg's PR or what Meg has said anything about her and him. Only he has said this.
Right.
Because he said
So,
they used to take trips like
I don't
Miami,
know.
Atlanta, or something like sneaking to
So
each other
I
and
mean,
stuff like that.
so everybody be taking trips.
Yeah.
And that's my thing is that we always want to talk when a nigga. If
Yeah,
Future,
roll
here's the
the
thing.
tape and
If
then
Future,
fucking
here's the
love
thing.
song.
If Future was to come out and be like, "Oh, I just took her on a trip. Oh, we just went to Miami," we'd be all up. Oh yeah, go Future. Oh yeah, toxic king. But if Meg say, "Me and Tory was just chilling,"
We just-
now all of a sudden, no, you lying. You was in love. Oh, girls don't do
no,
that.
I ain't
Right.
No, I'm not saying you are.
Oh,
I'm saying
alright.
this is what's happening.
Okay.
So we can't say, oh, they enjoyed it. No, we can't say that because Meg has not said shit about their relationship at all.
True.
Only Tory has been the damn lapdog in love. Oh, please take me back. Oh, I shot you, my bad. Shut the fuck up.
Right. With all them
So I hate
girls
that people
twerking on
just
his
spinning this
thing.
narrative of she had to do something. She ain't said shit and she had to. And she had, and that's my thing is like, y'all want to talk about this girl's image. She had the image of, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Why you falling in love? Nigga, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Always.
People talking about she ain't saying that, she ain't saying that. He ain't say shit. They ain't say shit to him about not saying shit. They bother her so much she came out 3 fucking times.
Right,
and
and
said
says
some
something.
shit. I wish she wouldn't have said nothing. but
Exactly. She didn't
shit,
have to
she
say that.
did. Okay, boom, boom.
She did give him a warning. She said, if you keep lying,
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, she did.
She did.
Sorry,
She said, I'm gonna say what happened, and then she the second
And
time she was
that's,
like, Tory
and that's
shot
another
me.
thing, like black women be, I hate that we feel like we gotta protect motherfuckers. This, Meg a real nigga, Tory not clearly. Meg didn't have to, shouldn't have, but didn't tell on the nigga that shot her.
Right.
Fucking shot her. Didn't tell him for an extended period of time. Then allegedly they came out and lied about her. Then she came out. Why y'all fucking out here lying on me? Stop fucking playing with me until it really happened. People be told, why you ain't say blah blah blah? She finally come out and say what happened. Tory ain't say shit for 2.5 months. Now everybody pressing his side. All he gotta do is drop an album. Boom, he got paid. Niggas, I'm gonna ease my way back in. Niggas not gonna care. Boom.
Exactly.
He came out and told everything. Meg could have capitalized on that shit. She could have dropped fucking project interviews. Everybody with a bag. She would have got all the fucking bags. And she ain't do that.
Just
But what
went
was
on
the first-
live.
Exactly. But what was the first? On live, she ain't had no eyebrows. She was up there like,
Right.
nigga, boom, this what happened.
She
What
ain't had
was
no
the first-
eyebrows.
She ain't have her makeup and shit.
Oh, okay. I'm like, I think I seen some eyebrows.
Nah, I'm saying like she ain't even get done up. Like it wasn't
She
even
didn't need no
on big
makeup.
production. She was just like, boom, this nigga shot me like every time some real shit. What he do? First thing he do when he come out and say some shit, drop an album, cause y'all motherfuckers gonna go listen to that shit, cause y'all support clownery.
But then you gotta understand.
This
who,
is not new. Guys do this. This is just because he's in the public light. This
Yeah.
is females are not normal with this behavior. We are used to manipulators. Like, and y'all, it could be a small manipulation or a large one on Tory Lanez. Either way, y'all fall right there in
Well,
between,
he's short,
famous
so
or
that's
not.
good.
No, tall niggas with little dicks do it.
Damn.
Just be-
Damn.
Exactly. That's still short man syndrome.
That's wait, short.
She said she's showing the pants, she's showing the legs, you show somewhere.
Wait, tall niggas with little dicks. Jesus
I'm saying,
Christ.
it's all. If you're, I'm basically an insecurity. If a guy
Right.
has an insecurity that they don't want you to know about, they're going to either lie on you, manipulate you,
That's very
make you
true.
feel less than
That's
to
true.
make them feel better. Short men syndrome. And we're not used to this shit. We're not surprised by what Tory is doing. We're not surprised that you guys fall for it and go listen to us. The four of us have not listened to it, but we understand. But I'm saying this shit is normal. This is what guys do, and women pick it up too, and they can manipulate to get the bag, to get a baby, to get whatever. They do the
Okay.
same shit.
Since we on this topic, what's okay? I'm assuming y'all have probably had a couple of situations dealing with some short man syndrome. What's like one of the I guess if you don't want to say personal, but like what's one of the top ones y'all like y'all hate, like as far as like a manipulation tool from like black men, or like when they trying to protect themselves or some shit like that, when they like wrong as hell or something like that.
I mean, I never really. The only show that I ever dealt, no, a couple of them. They don't really be tripping. I guess they don't have no plenty complexes. But as far as just a man trying.
Well, no, just a man period.
Oh,
Just a man period.
That's a
Yeah, I
reflection
think
of
it's
who
not-
you pick, so that's
Yeah.
a good thing.
I think short man complex is not really like physical.
No, it's
Yeah,
not,
yeah.
I'm not saying physical, just period.
Yeah,
Just
okay.
man and period.
Yeah.
It's like the metaphor.
Like
for
I was
the
saying,
phrase
the
that-
insecurities that they have to try to make you
But
feel
I have
less
like,
than.
but I mean, and I don't know every short person, but a lot of the
Oh,
short
some-
people,
yeah,
they
most-
be
most-
aggressive,
okay.
like, bro, relax. Like,
And they drive the big pickup
But
truck.
I will say that mostly black short men are not like that. It's short white men.
Black men always say that when we say some shit about men.
Not at all.
Like,
Not at all. I
not
don't.
black
I don't.
men.
But no,
I
I
don't.
want to know. I do want to know this, like, because I like hearing these stories. Like, this should be funny as hell. I like.
I gotta think of another one. Go ahead.
What do you mean? Think of another one? Yeah, no, I don't. It's no short name. It's
I
like
know,
just,
I know.
just like, damn, bro, you really just on some. You know what I'm
I
saying?
know, y'all just do a lot of egregious shit. in
Okay,
general.
what's some
I just-
egregious? What's some egregious shit?
I
we
think
do?
something dumb is like if a guy grabs you or puts his hands on you, and then 5 minutes later he's like, "But I love you."
What?
That's a manipulation.
Oh, well, yeah.
Huh?
Oh, you got.
Yeah, you never heard like. So a guy will be, or even a girl.
I was about to say women do that all the time, so
Like,
let me know how much I can manipulate.
Okay. Yeah, exactly. So to try to get in your good graces, they'll try to be lovey-dovey towards you and let you know that there's love. But his actions was not love. What she did,
I see what you
she
mean.
yeah.
Oh, the grab. Oh, you meant grab like. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, you mean just a stranger being like, hey,
That's what I was thinking. I
No.
was like, whoa,
You said
okay.
that something that we've dealt with.
Yeah, I know,
Or
I know.
a
But I
man.
Okay.
it just seemed like you weren't talking about like a guy you knew. It seemed like you were just.
Yeah,
talking
it
about,
sounded
like,
strange. but like,
I
that's
was
why
trying
I
to be, and I was trying to be general.
Yeah, that was
Right.
the idea.
No.
Damn
she,
it.
She's still not getting it. She's still like.
No,
I mean, a guy like. I thought you were talking about a guy like a hypothetical situation about someone that you were in a relationship with.
Yes.
Not, but like right. But it sounded more like general. Like I said, like a like a
She's
arresting
No.
dude outside the
Yeah.
club, right?
Yeah, I am. I wanted it to be like that. The second part,
Right.
general,
right?
But
That's
it
what I
is.
was-
It
that's
is
what I
in
was
fact
saying.
something that I've dealt with.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I've seen so many things.
Hey,
I
that's
mean,
a smooth-
I have a lot
What's
of
some
friends
insecure
that
shit
have-
y'all done did?
Right.
No, I've done that a few times. You know, fuck. Come here, wait. You know what I'm saying? I've done it. I ain't gonna lie.
Wait, could
Apologize for something that he knows was wrong, and then try to be lovey-dovey after.
Cause see, with me, I
don't do that. Usually if we had something to the point where I was told I was wrong, I usually just like sit in the corner.
No, I don't like
because I hate being wrong.
No,
So,
I don't like being wrong, but that's why I
I'll
like
sit
to
in the corner, I'll
explain
leave you
myself.
alone, like I'm just sitting. So you probably
see-
end up coming over to me and be like, "What's wrong?" Because I'm just be like, "I was wrong." God damn it.
Remind us of your sign again.
Aquarius.
Aquarius.
See, I don't like,
Aquarius, a Leo. Okay.
see, I don't like being wrong, but see, when I'm wrong, I would like to want that person to understand where I was coming from.
Pride.
You know what I'm saying? No, because see, this is my thing. If I so then now
I'm
it's
not
like
really wrong.
Right.
If you
But
listen,
like,
you'll
right, I
under-
ain't wrong.
you'll
You
under-
know what I was trying to say.
because
Right.
this is my thing. If you do something and it's like, oh, that's how you are. It could be wrong, but I'm like, that's how you are. That's cool to me. You know what
But
I'm saying?
if you made her feel a certain way and she feels that you are wrong, you accept how you made her
I hate
feel.
it, and I accept that.
Then
but
you don't need then we don't need to hear an explanation from
Yeah,
it,
acknowledge
especially
and
in that
apologize
moment.
all the time.
You acknowledge me and you don't dismiss my feelings by trying to explain yourself so much. I used to do it. I'm only saying it out loud because that's what I do. I try to
But see, this is my thing.
justify
But
my
this is my
behavior.
thing. So then basically, because it's like, okay, so then if it happens, so then basically if it's something that you're not, so then basically if it's nothing you're not just going to change, you just shouldn't deal with the person, point blank, period.
If it ain't something you can handle and the person's not gonna change, but don't apologize and be like, well, this is what I was doing, and then keep doing fucking shit, I'm still feel away. every
Exactly,
time.
exactly.
That's what they're saying, and that's the thing is like what she's saying when it's something that you knew was wrong. Like, okay, if we do it the first time, we have this whole thing, you know, you do lovey-dovey, she ain't gonna be mad. But if it's something that has been a thing that has come up and you still are doing it wrong, and then when she gets upset, oh, but baby, that's the manipulation.
I
So
get
that's what
you.
they're
I get
saying. It shouldn't get to that point.
Yes.
So as I
don't care. I don't care about a lot of shit.
it's the
Then
Leo
you don't
pride.
need to
And
be
see, that's what I
around
said.
people.
Like Aquarians' pride are different because like I said, if I'm wrong, I don't want to I'm embarrassed. Like that's like I want because like
But this is-
I'm never supposed to be wrong. Whereas like you're like, but I wasn't really wrong. It's you didn't really see. Honestly, we
just
two
wasn't
different people,
understanding
and
what
just
I was
it's just a
saying.
different way that we came up. Whereas I'm like, oh, you felt bad. I'm wrong.
Right.
Because I don't want that. I want my woman supposed to feel 100% all the time. So if I'm like, oh, I made you, then I'm like, fuck.
But some guys feel they don't need a compromise to make their significant one feel better, which means you don't need to be with them. They're
Well,
not
those are
worried.
people, but those are people that get comfort in control.
Oh,
Because, you know what I'm saying? So
absolutely.
yeah, like I mean,
But
but
see,
I don't get comfort in control because if I feel like I'm in control so much, then I feel like you aren't happy.
Exactly.
And then I'm like, well, I'm not happy because you ain't happy. So
Exactly.
I like to give some control because at that, then I'm at least I know that if you are unhappy with something, that's something that we both arrive to, and now we can both figure out how to get.
Guys
past
can't
it.
comprehend
because
that.
if I'm choosing everything, and then you get upset, like there's no way that we can effectively get out of that because we didn't both arrive to that point. Just me. You know what I'm saying? Or just you. It's always one-sided. So it's like if you don't give your woman some reins or give your man some, because it's women who do it too.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't give your man some reins where it's like, here, this is what I want you to have control of as far as our feelings in this relationship, then y'all never gonna move past arguments. It's gonna be a constant cycle. And that's what they're saying as far as manipulation is that some guys do that on purpose.
Yeah.
Because
I like a good argument.
if I
Good to say.
See? No.
that's so
Toxic.
toxic.
No.
It don't bother me. It's like
Not-
me
It
express
ain't
something.
about you all the
But
time.
if you're expressing yourself, that shouldn't be an argument. There's a
I don't
difference
look at it
between
as
an
an
argument
argument. I
and a
just look at it
debate.
like it's a good discussion.
Well, see, there's certain things because like
Spirit.
there's definitely things that are not arguments.
Yeah.
There's definitely things that are like disagreements. Like y'all talking about a movie and she feel like it's not good and you feel like it's good. Y'all getting a little thing. We're not talking about that. We talking about stuff. We talking about stuff where it's like pertaining to you guys' relationship. She has an issue like, hey, I didn't like that you did this. We ain't talking about what y'all had to eat
Right.
last night. You know what I'm saying? It's more so the bickering that ensues from negative things, not positive things.
And it's usually a buildup that gets to the argument. Like
Correct.
you left the toilet seat up, and then now your you're arguing over.
The multiple times that you let the toilet seat up, and why now because you let the toilet seat up, I fell in, or it's a
You're so
or
inconsiderate,
you never,
and you're
all of a sudden now you never, or you always. Like,
exactly.
This is the first time I done heard about this shit.
Right, but because you leave the toilet seat up, you're inconsiderate. You always leave the gate open. You always leave the refrigerator. You drink the milk out of the carton when I tell you not to. You're this, and this, which makes you this. So it's not just the toilet seat. It's seeing a pattern of who you are, and it's like, oh, this is not going to work. And when both parties can realize that it's not going to work, he's not going to compromise for her, and she's not going to compromise for him. Y'all need to just separate. But people don't. They feel like they have to fight for their love. Y'all know me for years. You too. I don't do that shit. I drop a nigga immediately when I know it's not going to work, and they're not going to compromise. I felt I compromised all I want to, or all I could, and there's no pushing that. So why continue to stay in this toxic relationship where it needs to be an argument? Yours are debates. I'm sure you're not arguing with people.
No, I like debates.
Debates are fine. I would love to have a debate with my man that's civil, two minds coming together. Like, nothing is wrong with that.
I like to have a woman that can debate, but I don't like debates.
See?
In my relationship.
Cause see, I know how I think is so off the wall with shit. I'm 9 times out of 10 gonna probably get into it because I just I don't. And it's
just because you know like the type of person you are, don't mean that you should like.
But see, the thing is what I like about
like I know I'm an asshole, so I know I'm arguing. That's why I like.
No, but the thing is, what I like is just a new perspective I'm learning. I'm getting something new. It's like,
but you have to again, like she's like not said. It's not about just you. Like the very thing that you're like, oh, I'm learning. She's not learning. She's looking at you like you fucking idiot. Like I don't want to argue. You feel me? And she's hating it, and now she's miserable. And now you wondering why she acting stank, and now you upset, and then you figure out why the fuck. Well, now she acting weird. That's how that works. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's like I like a person who I can have debates with, but I don't like having them.
Right.
I like somebody who doesn't just shy away because I know I'm very opinionated. So I know I usually have to have a woman who will be like, hey, shut the fuck up. No, I think this. Like, I want you to be able to do that, but I'm not going to go and be like, have a situation and then be like, I'm going to say something just to start something. See, you would do that. Because, see, like, I'm the person who, like.
I'm glad you a man that admit that because
right, no,
everybody else
that's
women
why,
doing it.
let me tell you, that's
but see,
why
I don't like to do it to her. It's like
right, and that's another right. Because I
okay,
realize
that's what you like. Cool.
It's not malicious with him. That's the crazy. That's why I was like, that's why I rock with him so hard.
I have no malicious.
I know so
in
many
my
people who are
body
just
at all.
like this, but
I don't
literally
care.
on the other side of the fence. And
I want
everything that they're doing, but he just really just.
I want you to be
don't
who
know.
you
He's
are.
just like,
Why
I
you
just
gotta
want to
sound
learn.
like
Oh no, I could get this mic.
I just want you to do what you want to do and be who you are. That makes me totally cool. Like and it's like and I think I do it when I'm like, no, you not really. Let me see. I'm gonna say, oh, okay, that's cool. That's what you say. All right,
you know another crazy difference. This is kind of off topic, but
this is way off topic. I didn't even
right. There's another crazy difference is like with seeing women like that, and ladies chime in if this is kind of how it is for you, but like. I can tell like you like to have that involvement with the different side of your partners because that's what like you like debates with because you feel like you're learning. Whereas me being Aquarius, I hate that part. If the part that's different about you, I don't want to touch it. That's you, good, great. Part that's just like me, yeah, come on, we can fair talk about shit.
I
All the stuff that I don't
yesterday.
like, cool, keep it on that side. I don't give a shit.
You're
like,
not
you
the
know,
opposite attract type of person.
right.
Yeah.
I'm definitely like me. I'm like, cool, that's fine. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to know about it. You tell me you don't like Star Wars. I don't want to talk about it at all. I don't want to watch the movies. I'm like, I don't want my friends to know you don't like the shit. I don't want to keep it separate.
I think for me, depending on what it is. Like if it's some political shit or some like social.
Right, yeah, certain things.
We don't even need to converse at this point. We don't even need to be around each other.
Right.
But if it's like different tastes in music or movies or fucking.
Yeah. No, that's true.
See, I think I'm not like that. I like to like watch my man enjoy himself in his environment. So I'm the girlfriend. Like if you like to play video games, I'm there at your tournaments supporting you, even if I'm bored as fuck.
Right, but see, that's not what I meant. I'm more so talking about like interaction. Like he said, for instance, if it's something that y'all disagree on, like y'all don't like
I absolutely hate video games, and he is a professional.
Like, for instance, if you absolutely hate video games, he's a professional, and y'all get into a tiff about it. He's looking at it as a positive, where he's like, I'm learning more about you. Whereas me, if you don't like, if you like Sex in the City, I hate Sex in the City. I don't want to hear about Sex in the City. I don't want to watch it. I don't want to see you watch it. I don't care.
You can't even see me watch it.
No, you know what? You can watch it. I don't have to be in the room. But see, my thing is this: I don't want, because with stuff like that, then I think about stuff with my side, and then I gotta think about all the stuff that you don't like, that you don't want to be sitting in the room for, and that's why I hate that kind of stuff. Because I'm like, I just want to keep it separate, because now I gotta worry about, okay, is she really liking this show, or does she really like this movie, or does she really like this game? You know what I'm saying? I don't want to think.
Well, are you guys really meant to be? Because I feel like.
But I feel like you can live in that kind of harmony, and that's why I say it's certain things. It's not things like politics, because to me, those are things that you have to see common ground on. There's certain things like you have to actually share.
Your morals,
but there's certain things that you don't have to share. Like if you have a love for a certain show, that I can't like. People who have liked Glee, like I've had people who like Glee, I fucking can't stand that show. But I've been with somebody that loved that show, like literally lived and breathed Glee, and I literally wrote a poem about hating Glee. And so like that.
Oh my god!
So it's not about hating Glee, it's features.
I'm trying to tell you, it ain't really.
It really is not.
Right.
It really is. But it's just that kind of thing where I feel like there's got to be those times where you can disagree, where you have those separation, that separation and that gap, and it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like we get so obsessed with, I gotta have that person that likes everything that I do and does everything that I do, and it's
I know
like
that ain't gonna happen to me.
and you're right, it's unrealistic. Especially with how we talk about ourselves, especially us being creatives. We're all like, I'm the top person, and I do everything. I skated before, tennis, all of that. For real, there's no way I would expect you to even try to catch up to me. And that's not on some cap shit. That's on some, I don't want you to go through what I went through. Like, you tired, you're gonna be tired. Like, I don't want you to have that many passions or have the same things that I have, because, again, I wanna learn. But that's how I learn. I learn from watching someone that has that separate passion. I don't have to have you try to shove it down my throat. I would rather watch you, like she says, you like video games? I'm sitting, and even if I don't, not really my thing, I will sit and watch you play, or I'll sit and watch you have a tournament. Same thing, my girl. I don't play all this stuff, but I'm sitting watching. You know, and I'm literally all the time turn around. Hey, you good? You sure? We can watch something else. You want to put on, like, you know, we'll go watch MasterChef. You know, all the time. But she sit there. She's like, no, you're good.
No, just to be in somebody's space.
Yeah. Exactly, and that's the thing. Is like, if you can't have that difference where it's like. For me, this is again just me. If I can't have that where I can let you do your thing and you can let me do my thing, but then we're still doing our thing.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
That's what I want. So that's what I got.
And see, that's probably why I can only see myself dealing with a black woman.
Right.
Well, for you, duh.
Yeah, I couldn't, like, it's no.
Who else can you see? Hispanic would drive him crazy.
Nah.
He said, nah. Oh, okay, so you can go Hispanic then.
I think Mike.
Hispanic. Well, I don't know. I ain't never talked to one, so I don't know.
I think Mike could honestly.
Lord.
You could be with anyone but white. And honestly, you could be with a
Asian.
No, he could. You could be with a white woman, but the social climate. If we hadn't had the social change that we had this year, you would have been. I feel like you would have been the person that you would have had to have been like literally chased down by this girl. And
oh no! I'm just saying, I go to the grave. Like Martin Luther King,
pursue.
Malcolm X, like no, bro.
But I think someone could have got you with the right mindset. I think
I find it hard to believe. Every time I see something, I look.
Right, but that happens. But that's because of what's happening around you. That's because of what's happening around you. College you would have been fine.
Oh, definitely not college. No.
Well, that's because he was more interested. He was more interested.
Like,
but you don't understand what I'm saying. I'm saying the mindset, not the.
Oh no, it's definitely the mindset. Yeah, no, mindset. No, body wise too. Body like I'm like you gotta be a looker. Like I gotta be a looker too. Like what the fuck?
That's what I'm saying. I think you can do.
You know what I'm saying?
But you gotta have culture. So like that's why I feel like you could definitely do it with Tina. You definitely could.
I don't know, man.
I feel like you probably would be alright. But I understand.
You just gotta be more open minded.
I'm about to date me.
Okay, and so
you said what?
Somebody not good.
Oh, I thought you said South Africa. I said, please.
So,
Honestly, I was man.
damn. So that's what y'all. Okay. What's one great thing as black women y'all love about black women?
Besides their dick.
Wow.
Short list.
I was trying to be PG-13. I didn't want to go there. You know, that's very subjective. You know.
I'm like,
So-
that's really all y'all there for.
Wowzers.
I mean, hey, I'm not.
I accept it. I accept it. You know.
I think the only people that know niggas is gonna be
accept
mad that you said that.
I'ma
It's
make
gonna
a
be niggas that
I'm
can't
gonna make a
fuck.
request
That's all.
that y'all answer it about black women first, and then we'll answer it about black women.
What I love
So,
about
like,
what I love about black
oh
women.
shit, how long?
I honestly, I love black woman aggression. I love, I guess,
Wow.
mean-
so toxic.
Right.
No, because
Right.
this goes to what with black
Aggression.
women. I just personally feel that.
He didn't say strength. He said it because you couldn't say.
Okay, strength. Let me say that strength. But it's all in there. It's all in there. It's the strength.
Okay, say it over so we can get a better clip.
Okay, what I love about black women is their strength, which comes with everything else, with the aggression. This is my thing today. I always see this disrespect, the belittling, just the stupid shit that people say about them. And I'm like, bro, these women ain't really like that. You know what I'm saying? They're just protecting themselves for the most part. They witness something where it's mostly protection for the most part, in my opinion, because they've been through so much, they see so much, and it's like they work this fucking hard, but they get this pay this little or some shit. They come out try to look this way, look the same as some goofy other non-black girl, but they get the worst treatment from it. So it's like there's so much in them that it's like, but they're the most beautiful creature ever, and they are the creators of life. So it's like with black women, it's like I know. It's like I don't want to sound like no savior ass nigga or no shit like that, but it's like
What?
But it's like when I see them, it's like, damn, this is just such this creator of life is something that it's like, how the fuck can you not love? You know what I'm saying? It's like I just can't see nothing above it in no shape, form, or fashion. And just the way their actions are, and the way their actions are, and the way they speak, it's be like. What I'm talking about, man. Like when they say, oh, they be angry. Y'all don't be angry. Y'all just be a little fed up, and y'all just do wild ass shit. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times we do the shit to make y'all do the wild ass shit. I've been one of those guys, so I understand it. You know what I'm saying? It's like just don't do no crazy ass shit. They won't do no wild ass shit. Cause y'all do go way. I will say it's not a negative. It's like a it's what you know what I'm saying.
It's
like,
a negative. Acknowledge negative behavior. Acknowledge toxic behavior.
But see, I don't look at it that way. That's why I say
You
how
need
I
to.
think. But see, that's why I say how I think.
That in and of itself is toxic.
Right.
Because this is my thing. It's like okay, it's like when it was like okay.
No, go back to what you think the negative.
Trying to find a way to talk about it.
Oh.
So it's like okay.
My bad.
Want to grab some meat? We can just. No. I'm trying to figure out the best example I can get. I hate food is the worst one.
No, go back your way. Go back
No.
the toxic way.
So it's like it's not.
Go translate.
Okay,
So
so it's
back
like
to Mike's way.
it's
Right.
like hey, what's up? All right, let's watch a movie. All right, it don't matter. Well, all right, you make the choice. Cool. I'll say, all right, let's watch a movie. You get to choose. Now you can choose. Cool. Now if I make this decision, don't give me no goddamn lip about my decision.
But you know you can still ask and be like, when you find something like, is this cool?
No.
Wait, you're saying you wanna
If
have
you
the
really
ability
cared.
to say that? To
No,
say what you just
no,
said?
like when I say like it's like when you.
He don't want to hear no lip when he picks.
It's like when you.
If you
It's like
gave
when
me
you
the
do some.
power to pick, then let me pick.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
you
like-
said- oh,
it's-
you
I'm
saying
just-
the
I'm
fact
saying-
that
I'm
they'll come
saying-
out and say that to you.
It's like the best
after-
example I could come up with when it's like you like it's like we take the smallest stuff. It's like I can't come up with
I
an
mean,
example.
that's just
Fuck, you know what I'm
sass.
saying?
That's
Yeah,
sass.
but I
That's
enjoy
not-
it. I enjoy it.
But see, I feel like you gotta curb your turn. That's what Brittany was saying. Use the right term because aggression
I'm saying-
has been used negative.
Okay, and I get
So,
that.
that's
See,
what
I don't look, and I get, and see, that's why I say when I think, I'm not thinking of it negative.
I know, but what,
You know what I'm saying?
That's what she's saying.
Right. So let me say strength then, and not aggression. Not
Well,
aggression.
actually, no. What you just described is not strength. That's sass.
But
Okay.
I actually appreciate him using
I like
aggression
that.
because I'm a type of person that don't think aggression is a bad thing, although I understand its connotation in society. But to know that somebody appreciates what society deems aggressive from a black woman, that's fire as fuck.
Right.
Like,
Oh,
yeah,
no, I mean, I'm not saying, that's what I said. I
I
don't think it's
get it,
wrong
I
that he
get
likes it.
but
I just say
I
call it
think
something
that's-
different
no.
in the limelight because,
Okay,
We're
strength.
constantly even no matter what we say, we are aggressive.
right.
And that's why I'm taking that negative connotation off of that.
Right.
We know that you love it, so it's positive.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah,
I don't think
because I'm the same way.
I don't think of, but a lot of
that's not
times,
even aggression.
but see a lot of right. But see a lot of
you just said
it's just, but like a lot of times I don't even see aggression. I don't see the aggression as it's a certain way of action.
But you're
like,
familiar with it also.
yeah,
A lot
like
of
when I
people
see when I see aggressive white people, they don't be aggressive. They just be the worst. They just be
But
disgusting.
see, but you just
Oh my
answered your own
gosh.
question. What you just answered your own question. What you see, what you're thinking is aggression, and you're saying, "Oh, I don't see that as aggression," is not actually aggression. That's what I'm just saying. Your example right now is not aggression. That's
Okay,
not
it's gonna take aggression
It's
away.
just,
Take
that's
aggression
just,
away.
that's just
Take
somebody
aggression.
with a little
But
sass, somebody with a little
like,
attitude. What they're talking about is, you know, the idea, the notion of angry black women is not what you're talking about. Because
No.
it's plenty of white
Everybody
women
be
that say the
angry.
same shit. Like, right.
Everybody be
That's what I'm saying.
But,
Like,
no, but
they're-
that's why I
they're
say
talking
this.
about
I
something
just
completely.
can't see, like, I can't, like, that's, like, the best thing is the strength of a
Like
black woman.
sass,
And it
yeah.
just grabs me, like, yeah. And it's, like, especially a very strong-minded, independent black woman. Because a lot of times, that shows it. That shows their independence. Love it. Like, show
Those
your
are the most
independence.
hated.
I was finna say.
But I love show that independence to these motherfuckers. Fuck them. They gonna hate you regardless.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's nothing you
Angela
can do.
Rye.
They gonna hate you at the end of the day, no matter what.
They
you
hate her.
just show
Angela
it.
Rye.
So that's my one thing for black.
Fuck these niggas.
Well,
So
you
you
took
basically
my
telling
answer.
us fuck these niggas. The same shit we've been saying that other men.
You might as well. At the
say,
end of the
fuck
day,
these
this is the
niggas, fuck
thing.
these niggas.
They gonna publicly say this shit, but they gonna be sneaky about trying to talk to you. That's what a nigga. Oh man, she too.
Most don't even.
I
know
can't
what they say.
manipulate her.
Yeah,
so
but see, the thing is that they not gonna publicly make any moves, but they gonna do it privately. Those type of motherfuckers, it's like, oh, I can't manipulate. They gonna because they like it's yeah, but because it's public and being like a woman being dominant. It's like ain't no woman. Like if a woman comes across as dominant, that's cool. That's just she's a strong person. Like I don't feel overpowered. Like oh, this one. Like
that's
no,
because
she's
you're
a strong-
confident in yourself.
And because you're also dominant. So
Yeah.
then you also have to understand that too comes into play, the type of person that you are, the type of man that you are. You like that dominance because you are over dominant, meaning that if you had someone that wasn't the slightest bit dominant, you would feel like they were weak. Which is why you tend to get, if you get in a relationship and you have somebody that doesn't come back, you're like, oh, I don't know, you know, she just be like, oh, I just want to be around.
I don't feel like she's expressing.
I just want to be around you all the time. Yeah, that's why I don't like shit like that.
No.
Because you like somebody that don't give a fuck about you because there's times when you don't give a fuck about them. And so,
And it's just like, yeah, you just not.
I mean, that's real. But you own that.
But
like
I
I said, that's why you my nigga, because you at least own that. And I talk to people, guys all the time, and they be like, no, that ain't the case. I really want to fall in love with a girl, but then you treat them like shit. And I'm like, all right, nigga, fine.
Right.
But you, and it's not, you don't treat them like, I don't want to say that you treat them like shit, but you literally acknowledge, like, yo, no, I know that there's sometimes I'm not going to be 100% there, and I'm like, not going to like you. And I just want you to be like that too. Like, I get it. That's why I'm like, I fuck with him, because he literally just wants the same shit that he gives out put back to him. So I don't care. But yeah, you took my well, not took my answer, but I mean I can't. That's like one of the main things too for me. But I want to say
Bodies
something
too.
different. I mean, black women. Yeah, I can use that. They're the most beautiful. There's never been a woman that I was like, God, like I would do anything to touch that woman. Like I never, and that wasn't a black woman. Like I feel like they're the most beautiful things. Even times I've looked at black women that literally get talked about by other people, and people will be like, "Oh, she ugly," and I'm like,
Insecurities.
really? Like how? So I mean, the smell, the quickness to nurture, which I feel like that's ingrained in black women, because you look at a lot of other cultures and that's really not what women were brought up for, but black women especially were nurturers. They were, when we were brought over as slaves, that was their job. You know, if you weren't in the field, you were taking care of kids in the house. And so I feel like not so much on the guise of nurturing because I don't want to do it, or because that's not me. But just the fact that at times where I feel low or whatever, I, most of the time, can always count on a black woman to be like, no, you need to pick yourself up. This is what you got to do. I got you. I got your back. I'm here for you. What you need. It's never, you know what I mean? It's never a question in my mind that if I have that point, that a black woman is not going to reach out to me or take care of me in some way, shape, or form. You know, so whether that be a stranger, whether that be my family, whether that be my girl, whatever, but a black woman is going to come and say, no, I want you to be better than you are right now. So, but that's unfortunately also one of the things that gets taken advantage of a lot. So it's hard to really like that and to actively, and this is just to y'all as black women, it's hard to really pursue that as a man, especially these days, because it has been taken advantage of so much. So like, for instance, I am very much in the stage of my life where I want to be low-key baby. You know what I mean? Because I'm gonna be honest. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, because I've done the taking care of, you know, and I've done it and got wronged for it. So it's like, not so much that I don't want to do it, because I'm always going to do it. But it's like now I'm to the point where I do want to have someone who sits there and, like I said, I coming into contact with somebody who reaches out and be like, hey, you eat today? Or, you know, just those simple things. Mm-hmm. And it's like, that goes so fucking far. Like, so far. And it's crazy because women talk about this all the time. They're like, I just want a guy to just be like, send me $20, be like, go get your nails done. And everybody goes up in arms about the shit. Everybody's like, niggas like, oh my God, go do that. But it's like, niggas, if we said that, like, y'all don't want that? Like, for real, like, flip that. Y'all wouldn't want to partake in that? If y'all had a woman that literally just texted you and was like, did you eat today? And you was like, nah. And then all of a sudden, $50 in your Cash App. You wouldn't want that? Shut up. Okay? So it's like, I hate guys who's like, oh, I don't understand, da-da-da, because, yeah, like you said, independent, da-da-da, but then all of a sudden, when women ask for shit like that, all of a sudden, it's like, no, but we can ask for it all the time. Oh, I gotta have my meal cooked, and I'm an independent man, I take care of home, but my meal gotta be cooked when I come in the house, kids gotta be taken care of, fed, all this shit gotta be done, gotta be clean, da-da-da, but when they ask for the same kind of deal, like, I'm sorry. I'm willing to give you all of that so I can get all of that. That's all I'm saying. So I understand your reciprocation. You just do it on a more personality level right now, whereas the personality thing, I'm good. It's really nothing. Like now, I'm so unbothered. Like I feel like I'm even above you in a sense, in that aspect where it's like, the thing that's different though is that I don't deal with things like I think what Naj was saying, where it's like if I feel like that little thing is off, I don't even take that step. You know what I'm saying? So like if I get with you, then it's like, all right, good. You know what I'm saying? So like for me, I'm so above, like I don't care. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like shit come up, if I have disagreement or whatever, I don't care. And then having somebody who literally will sit there and be like, listen, this is dumb. I don't give a shit. Like, with you? It's so good. It's so good. So no, for real. Like, but I realized that I had to be honest with myself and stop acting like I just want to sit there and just be, you know, the captain. I'm steering the ship all the time. I'm taking care of you. You don't have to do anything. And like, that's all well and fine and great. But if a woman is sitting there and saying, I want to do this, shut up, I had to sit there and be like, all right, I gotta let you do that. Because I'll be happier for it. Because I was sitting there and I'm trying to make shit work, you know what I'm saying? And I'm stressing myself out. But if you sitting there and you like, it's good, I got you. No, don't worry about it. No, we don't have to watch this. We don't have to do this today. We don't gotta, I got you. Sometimes I like that nurturing aspect. I don't feel like I got that in any other relationship with any other ethnicity, race, anything. And it's different. Even if you feel like you got it, you don't got it. And that's what a lot of people, what you say about dating a black woman, it's like even when you think that person taking care of you, it ain't the same. It really ain't the same as somebody who really is. And I don't want to put it as surface level, as saying like who's like you or who's knows your struggle, or you know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to say something as just trivial as that, but that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Somebody who you can come home to and be like,
We didn't
I
create
have these
this.
issues, right? I have these issues with this society, and they completely and utterly understand and don't have a retort and be like, well, did he fire back at the cops? Like, I don't want to hear that shit. I don't. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I feel like, that understanding, that readiness to take care of themselves, their man at home, bar none. You can't really find that anywhere else 100% like you can with a black woman. My opinion.
One word. Disrespectful black man.
What? What did she say?
I was over here like, shit, they said a lot of fucking words.
See, I told you they went in.
Oh, are you waiting for? Because I could go.
No, I thought they gave us the chance.
No, she was like, I respect you. I like y'all. But
Whatever.
until you love with y'all black women. And then we gonna reply.
Oh, okay.
Oh, got it.
So I guess we're replying.
Y'all literally didn't see what
No,
you did.
yeah.
I could not hear anything.
We're replying back, I guess.
No, so y'all went now. We gonna
No, I asked them what's
I
the one
mean,
thing.
y'all,
Yeah,
they
she
said
said
that.
No, we didn't.
no.
Oh,
She asked us to go
oh, about
first.
what they like. That's
I
right.
said, what's the
Right,
one thing
right.
right? She was like, she went ask the first. And then she
That's right. we did.
I'm just gonna piggy off of Gary, having somebody that, wait, why did I just lose my train of thought?
I'm such an ass.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay, cool. So it's like two main things that I love about black men. One of them is like just their confidence. Like when they, if you just sit back, like when you just sit somewhere and you just see a random black dude walk by and just like the way they walk and this shit is just like as much shit as thrown at them or like from the world, from their job, from their families, everything in society. If you just watch a motherfucker just walk down the street, it's like the confidence that they have, the walk, the way they move. Everybody got like a different like sway or bounce to them. It's just, it's beautiful. It's such a beautiful.
That's what those white people fear.
That is what they.
No, that's what they want.
Is they want.
They
it.
want and they
They fear the fact that we can do that and get the recognition that they try so hard for, but we do it just on a daily basis.
It's not like that black coolness, like that black coolness.
What is going on, Mike?
I don't know. He's bouncing because she said bounce. And then all of a sudden he's just bouncing.
And then the other thing is like, I guess it's the compliment to your nurture statement about being nurturing. Like black men are like protective, like, and we can still have the conversation about protect black women because what I'm saying is not.
Well,
separate.
because,
Not right
because
now,
there's
not
men,
right now, not
because
right now,
there's
not right
men
now,
who
not right
fall under that, and there's men who don't. And if you don't, then you ain't gotta say nothing.
Precisely. So, but yeah, like it's so protective. Like make sure, okay, let me know if something happened. So like basically, I had a situation where one of my friends, they had a mental break or whatever. They didn't do anything to me. They didn't harm me in any way or whatever. But when I told my uncle, which mind you, I'm not related to this man by blood. I didn't meet him until I moved out here from like my aunt's best friend from college, like some crazy shit. And that was in 2014 when I moved here, 2020. So I was telling him about what happened to my friend, and he moved back to Ohio. He's like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Don't let X, Y, Z happen because I would come down there and I would do X, Y, Z. Like he has let me live in his home, his family when I ain't had nowhere to go. Anytime anything happens to my car, if I needed anything, if I had no job and I needed to make some extra money, like he was always there to make sure like I had whatever. He helped me move. I ain't had nobody to help me move. He grabbed his son that was coming to live with him for like a little while. He like, yo, we gonna move her shit out in storage. Me by myself, me in the truck. He helped me move all my stuff. So I love how like black men are protectors. And in this situation, it wasn't never anything about sex. I ain't never felt uncomfortable. Like I lived with him, his wife, and his daughters. It was never anything crazy, but he has made it his job to protect me and help me as much as he could.
Have you been around other races? Experienced
Now,
anybody?
see, that's the only thing I haven't. I haven't been around any other races, so I can't say like a white man would do that. But I can say for the very short time I have worked around white men, I wouldn't even let them niggas go grab me a bagel from the table. Let alone.
That's your own trust and fear towards them, which they have towards us as well. So I have experience with many types of race. All that you're talking about, I experienced it with all races. I could marry any guy and feel fine because I have experienced them. A white guy has drove miles away to come pick me up when my car wasn't working. just to take me right back towards his house to go to a restaurant that he wanted me to go to, then take me right back home. Like I've been treated like a queen most of my life. There's one guy, not one. There's like 2 guys that fall out of what I usually date because they were just so persistent.
Yeah.
Like a lot of black, and those are 2 black guys where I was just like, this is just a pattern of black guys just being so aggressive in a negative way. I'm using aggressive in a negative way, where they're demanding things, where they're, because you're my girlfriend, you have to do this. No way. I don't know what you thought or who you thought I was, but that is never going to happen. Exactly. Very, very aggressive. So I used to just only date Hispanics. My first boyfriend was Guatemalan. I've dated all types of Hispanics, and they just love passionately. I'm a passionate person. I'm affectionate, and they just love them some black girls. Like just love. And they're more in touch with their feelings. Like black guys, sometimes they feel like they need to hide it. I came across some who are very open with their feelings, but it's still just show me your insecurities and I'll show you mine. And we can just connect that way no matter what type of race it is. But what I love about black men is the queen factor. How they do treat us like queens and they recognize our struggle, and what Gary was saying, that we can relate with each other. That's the part where you can have a conversation, like he said, and they shot at the cops, but did they shoot back? Or did, those type of, he just understands, that's that connection that we have with black men and our own races, and that you speak so highly about the guy that did so much for you. But it's also like understanding that there's many types of guys who have all these qualities the same, but it's that connection factor. What do we have with black men that connects us to make us a deeper connection? So I almost gave up on black men because I was like, they're not giving, and I'm Hispanic, so I could date Hispanic, and I have that connection as well. And they understand minority injustices and stuff like that, and they're open-minded, so I could share my past with them, and I can fall in love with somebody, and they can relate to me, and I can have the same connection as a black man, because that's just what I am. But the queen factor is what separates them, because they truly understand their mothers, their daughters, their sisters, what they've gone through. And I love that they can just nurture and protect me, because they are that black king as well. That's what I love.
With that statement, we can get about it.
Moral of the story, just protect black women,
Protect the black women at all costs. If you see that black woman looking rough, you never go over there and say, "Baby, let me help you."
That includes black trans women too. You fuckheads.
Talk about it.
Don't make me pop off in it.
Okay. I didn't know you were going to go there, but I appreciate all those statements. We're going to get up out of here. You know what I'm saying? Mama got tink tink and the pink pink. No.
Oh my God.
This nigga said, "Mama."
Scratch everything I just said. That
Nope.
made
Y'all,
no sense at all.
hey, Mike
That made
said,
no sense at all.
"Mama got a tink in the pink pink."
That ain't make
It's
no
opening
sense.
time at the
Clip that.
That didn't
Clip
make
that.
no
Put it on
sense.
Instagram.
It
Mike
makes
said,
no sense.
"Mama got a tink in the pink
Wait, I
pink."
didn't say mama.
Yeah, you did.
No, I
You
didn't.
said mama. You
I
said
said,
mama.
I gotta.
It sounded like you said, "Mama got a tink
Nah, I
tink
never said
tink."
that. Nah, I never said that. I was trying to say.
Whether
I
you
was trying
said
to figure out
mama
a
or
word to
not,
say toilet.
got a tink in the
Toilet.
pink
Yeah, I was trying to figure out a way to say toilet, but.
Pink pink is what you said, George?
I'm trying to rhyme with tink.
I thought you said you had bars. You're a liar.
Ooh.
You're a liar.
Hey man, motherfuckers fuck up, dude. That's how it is. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
he's admitting he's wrong.
I admit when I'm wrong, but I'm gonna explain why I'm wrong.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yes.
Yeah.
See,
That's the toxic.
people don't like to.
He do be TV like he was like, "I was wrong." And they
But
like,
you got it.
They're like a couple minutes like, "See what I
No, I'm gonna explain.
like he'll come back like that.
You feel me?
We'll be having a conversation. Mike
Yeah.
come back 5 minutes later and be like,
Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button on the YouTube page. Make sure y'all subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, SoundCloud, and Spotify. While you're listening to pleasures. We're gonna get up out of here. Of course, I got my man to the right.
"Mr. Gray."
Be out with the most.
Beautiful Brit D.
And whoa, that was strong. Aggressive.
You like that? You like that heavy D?
Heavy.
She said a different one. Why you keep saying it different every time? We don't know what to call it.
No, that's my Instagram name.
Yeah.
I know, but the other one should be like, "Brap, brap."
Yeah, she do.
What is it?
Oh, just it's all the
When-
vibes.
Women like
after
us.
she get the feel of
Remember
herself,
women
she's
like
beautiful.
us?
And she in the beginning.
Right.
No, I said beautiful
Like,
Brit
"It's
D.
beautiful, Brit."
In the beginning. I said that for my drop.
I didn't hear it. No, usually in the beginning, then after she talk, Yeah,
Well, you know,
the mood
when we
change.
have the drinks kick in and all
So,
that.
and our special guest, Nah.
Hey,
He was looking at me. I was like, I ain't the special guest.
look, I'm new to this, guys.
No, I appreciate you coming on, giving your
Definitely.
voice wildness and trueness and aggressiveness and strength. Strength, not aggressiveness. Strength. Muscles.
She definitely ain't got the aggressiveness. This is how she talks.
He's like,
Oh,
Right.
you know, because I'm like,
whatever.
nigga.
I
And
thought
I
I was
was,
loud and shit, Bobby.
no, you definitely wasn't like, it's like,
I did my shit.
and he like, look, and I was like,
Oh,
wow. He was like, not walking, but
Wow.
he ran.
That's
And
very
it was-
disrespectful.
What? And I was, but,
Oh my gosh.
I'm telling you, she gonna see all these movies.
She
I
out
was
here,
like,
she out here
she
minding
was
the box.
yoga. He was yoga talking in this motherfucker. She had the cockroach. She did the cricket, the
Yeah.
caterpillar. Like. But we figure everybody here. Appreciate y'all listening to us. Make sure y'all tune in all the time and all that other stuff. Bye bye.